capable of dealing with them. Now, how will Pakistan be more capable of dealing with them? One is the army, yes indeed. But there is a second line force in Pakistan, which is called the Frontier Corps. The Frontier Corps has some advantages because they are from the locals. The Frontier Corps is entirely from the tribal agencies and from the frontier. They are more acceptable when they operate in the tribal agencies because they are their own people. Whereas when the army goes, the army is seen as an alien army because it's from other parts of Pakistan. Other ethnic groups, the Punjabis, the Sindhis, who are not welcome there. So therefore we need to raise Frontier Corps. And maybe we need to arm them with more tanks and guns. Massively. So therefore we need to saturate the area with Frontier Corps, with tanks and guns, backed up by helicopters and air force. So what I am saying is, help Pakistan to execute some force strategy. Don't dictate terms to them. They understand how to deal with them. Help them do that. Maybe there are finances required. Maybe there is force required. Help them do that. Help them in reinforcing the force that they have. So, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, while we need to defeat Al-Qaeda and Taliban on Pakistan side and also on Afghan side, you look after the Afghan side, Pakistan Army and the Frontier Corps looks after the Pakistan side.
Switching gears a little bit, you had mentioned some of the advances that you wanted to do for women in Pakistan. One of the questions was, in what way were women empowered under your leadership?
Sorry?
In what way were women in Pakistan empowered under your leadership?
We examined how to emancipate women. I am a believer that you first create a strategy and a direction and an objective, and then you get into the ways of doing things. The question was, how should we emancipate the downtrodden women of Pakistan? And we came to the conclusion that there are three things that we need to do. Number one, empower them politically. Because I thought, if you empower them politically, give them the strength in the highest bodies of decision making in Pakistan, that is the Senate, the National Assembly, the provincial assemblies, and the local governments. Give women the strength to speak out and get their rights. And therefore, we gave them reserved seats in all three tiers. And we gave them in the local government, 33% of the seats are women seats in the local government. In the provincial and central government, 18% are women seats, reserved. Over and above, they can contest in the elections. And therefore, today in the National Assembly of Pakistan, there are 73 women out of 342, which is about 21 or 22%. 22% of the National Assembly of Pakistan is women. So therefore, we empowered them politically. The second element was empower them economically. So we took a lot of measures to give them reserved seats, jobs in various government organizations. We equalized the pays of male and females. In the education field, we gave them quotas and we ensured equality there. And in fact, today I can very proudly say that the girls of Pakistan are doing far better than the boys of Pakistan in education. That is a fact. In fact, I've been telling boys that I'll have to give you quotas, I think, in the future. I see that. So we empowered this was the economic empowerment, so that they get educated and they come forward. And we also opened schools and institutions to teach the local government councillors and beyond, at the lowest level, the women, to learn what is governance, to learn what is their responsibilities to their families, to the nation. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, the third element was to do away with discriminatory laws. Laws which were totally discriminatory against women. And we addressed that issue, and we dealt with issues like honor killing and hudud ordinance, and we made them women friendly, which, ladies and gentlemen, I am very proud to say, nobody dared to touch, and I did that for the women of Pakistan. So this is what we did.
A related question. Funds from outside of Afghanistan are helping the Taliban, who are closing schools for girls and continuing a regressive treatment of women. The question goes to the economics. You say economics needs to be a part of this. How can economic changes alter these religious beliefs, or can they?
No, there is no problem with the religious beliefs. Unfortunately, it's a misperception, is a distortion of the religion in Pakistan, or even in Afghanistan, where people, it's these obscurantists, I call them obscurantists, who think that women need not be educated. There is no such thing in the religion. There is no such thing in Islam. They have to be educated. My mother did her masters in 1940. It was not un-Islamic. She did her masters in English literature in 1940. Just because my grandfather thought that the women should be emancipated and they should be educated. So it's a distortion of the religion, which unfortunately done by these obscurantist clerics, which think that women should be kept in the house, they should not be educated. That is not the case. I think my wife is sitting here, who has been educated and did her graduation. I think it's a simple matter of lack of education, backwardness, illiteracy, misperception, distortion of the religion. Nothing else. But this is an ideological battle which we have to fight in ourselves, in the Muslims, in Islam, in the Muslims of the world. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I proposed in the OIC meeting, the Organization of Islamic Conference meeting in Kuala Lumpur back in 2006, that enlightened moderation, which was really that we have to go for socio-economic development of the Muslim world. And in that we must bring education and poverty alleviation, job creation for the Muslims. We are the poorest, we are the most backward. And it is the OIC which I said that must do it. Why are we expecting anyone else to come and help us? Every country of the world